Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Miss Vani O, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So I just came back from a very much needed vacation, and here's the twist. It was on a very tight budget. So in today's video, I'm gonna tell you how I made it happen, what I spent, and everything, and if a budget vacation is really worth it. So let's get right into it. So first things first, the vacation was an impromptu trip. So I was at work, and a friend of mine, my friend, had a friend saying that they are going out on a vacation, and it was during Easter, and Easter was my friend's birthday. So I said, well, and she invited me, and I said, okay, well, if it's your birthday, let's go. So we applied for leave days, which was a really hectic experience with my work. So like we were given that those leave, like the requests were approved last minute, on the very last minute. Like we were supposed to travel maybe tomorrow, and then the leave requests were approved today. So over that period of time before they were approved, we weren't really thinking so much on the trip. So we were just relaxing, saying maybe if we are given the leave, we will go. If not, we will just come to work as usual, as normal. So yeah, so we were approved, the leaves were approved on the very last day, and then now on that day we started now planning everything. So the girl who was planning the trip had mentioned that the trip is gonna cost 8,750. That was inclusive of the transport. So that was to cater for transport, accommodation. Is this thing on? Yeah, accommodation and food. So it was, so, and then it was so tight. Like after I had used every penny I had, and also for the house, for the furnitures and everything, and I told you guys it was the end of us spending, so I couldn't ask my boyfriend for the money to go out on vacation. So I took the last coin, like from my savings, the remaining money that I had and went all out with it. So first off, we went to the spa, and we got our bodies waxed and all that, and then we traveled. We took a bus because there were no train. The SGR was fully packed. It was last minute. SGR in Najanga, maybe even a month before. And then also we didn't have money to take a flight, so we took a bus. It was Tamid. The bus was going for 2,500 to Kilifi. So that was 2,500. Let me just take out my calculator. And then also, so I didn't even make my hair, as you you have seen on the vlog. I didn't make my hair, I didn't do my nails. Like it was like that. Me, I just wanted to go have fun and take a breather. So we took the bus, we went. So the trip was planned by the friend of my friend. That was So we were, how many were we? We were around 6 girls. So Asinath, you've seen her from the previous vlog. Asinath, Purity, Belinda, Sharon, Nyambu, and I. Yeah, so when oh my god, my thoughts are all over the place. So for them, they got the SGR, so they went to the SGR, and Asinath and I, we went to the bus. So on reaching to Kilifi, they came for us. The Sharon and the boyfriend came and picked us from the stage to the accommodation. I forgot to give you a tour of the B&B we took. We didn't get a villa, and I feel like that was the first mistake that we did, because it was a very, very standard 1 bedroom with 2 beds. So there's 1 bedroom and the other bed was in the living room. So the accommodation the B&B was going for, I think, is it 3,500 a night? Because we all paid 12,000. I think 12,000 for the 3 nights that we were there. Yeah. All of us, the 6 of us. So that was the accommodation. Let me say, so 12 divided by 6 was 2,000. Let me say 2,000. So that is already 4,500. So the transport and the accommodation. And then we paid, so what happened is we paid 8,000. It was, let me see, 2,500 plus 5,200. So we paid we paid 7,700. Oh, and the 1,000. Oh, so we paid 8,700. We paid 8,700 as Nath and I, and that catered for our transport to Kilifi, the accommodation, the B&B, and foodstuffs. So we bought shopping, like we went for shopping and bought foodstuffs for the house, which again I didn't like, because we are in a vacation. Why are we cooking for ourselves? So that was the first disadvantage. The second. The first one was that the B&B wasn't that nice, and there wasn't a swimming pool like anywhere around it. And in our mind, Asinath and I and another one of the girls, we really wanted like a villa that has a swimming pool inside, so it will be easier. So that was the first disadvantage. The second one is the shopping for the food, because you're on a vacation. You shouldn't cook for yourselves. You should have chefs and all that. Anyway, so that is the second disadvantage. The third disadvantage is the person who booked for us the B&B, or who chose the location, didn't choose very wisely. I'm saying this because our activities all were supposed to be in Watamu, in Malindi, and their vacation, the B&B, was in Mtwapa, Kilifi. So the struggle to go. Even though we had the boyfriend who was taking us around, but when we wanted to go to Watamu, he refused because it is so far, it is so expensive, and we were so many, and he had a Nissan Note which couldn't fit all of us, and we were heavy, so even the car was umiaring. So That's another disadvantage. The other one was that I traveled with people who I do not know, and I know they're watching this, and I'm so sorry to say this, but I felt like that was also a setback, for lack of a better word, for me, because you do not know these people, you do not know how they are brought up, you do not know how they handle, like we are all girls. There is a time that will be in our feelings and all that, so you do not know how they handle themselves in certain situation. They do not know how we or I handle myself in certain situations, so we really had a hard time sometimes to come into an agreement. But lucky enough, Asnath is always playing the bigger person, so so in everything, maybe she would come inside and help us think, or just anyway, so that was it. So the thing that happened, there is a day we were supposed to go to a location. It was during the night, I think, and now the boyfriend to the other girl refused to take us with the car. Now we were stranded because it was far. We were in Kilifi and the place was in Malindi, so we couldn't go. We just stayed in the house. Asnath and I stayed in the house, and then the other girls decided to go out. Also, another difference is that I do not do clubbing as much. I don't even do clubbing. And the other girls are really out for clubbing. So that was another, how do we call it? Another, I'm not getting the name. Indifference that we had, or difference, yeah, that we had, that them they enjoy clubbing. For me, I do not enjoy clubbing. So on this day, we stayed at home, Asnath and I, and then the other girls went outside. And then after like 2 hours, they were back. And I don't know why they were back. Also, another thing is that our agenda to the vacation was different. Mine was different. The other girls was different, which I won't say in this video. But that was another indifference, because where they would want to go so that they can fulfill their agenda, for me, I wasn't okay with it. So you'd find like sometimes I compromise myself to go to the activity because I do not want to stay home alone, or because I feel like I don't know, they're gonna judge me or something. I don't know. But anyway, that is what happened. So they came back and then we slept. The next day we were I don't know where we were supposed to go. And then it's the same thing too. And one of us also said that they were going back to Nairobi because of this. So they opted out, they left, and we were remaining 5. So the next day, Asnath and I decided that we are going to the small Dubai in Malindi. So we told them that that is our first destination. So we went to Mambrui. It's called Mambrui, to the quad bikes. We rode, Asnath and I rode. It was kind of like expensive, let me say. It was affordable, but in this context it wasn't affordable, because they were charging 1,000 to, no, they were charging 200 for entry fee, and then you pay another 100 for the Arafat, and then another 1,000 now to ride the bike, and 1,000 was 5 minutes on the bike. So Asenath and I took 10 minutes with 1,800, so we paid 900 each. And then the other girls, again, I don't, did they ride? I'm not sure, but I feel like no, they didn't. I don't know if they were afraid or it was just pockets. So again, transport from Kilifi to Malindi, where the Dubai Ndogo is at, was like 600 bob to and fro, but we managed to bargain we went with 550 and we came back with 500, so that's about 1,100. And the previous night also, when they went clubbing, we also spent money. We spent like, I think, 500 to buy the drink and water and soda. So each was 500 plus 11, 1050 comes up to 10,300. So, and then now when we got to Malindi, we took so Asenath was there before, and they had a chauffeur who had a tuk-tuk, so she remembered on time, and we called him, and he charged us 300 to the Dubai Ndogo and back to Malindi. So that is 10,600. And also, so we went to Dubai Ndogo, we came back. That is, we spent 900 plus 200 plus 100 in Dubai Ndogo, and then we came back. We went to the swimming pool. We paid 300 for the swimming pool and 100 fare back home. And then on the way, we took some snacks, the bajias, which were 100 bob. And then now to go back home was 500. So that was on Sunday. And then on Monday, we went to the beach and we ate samaki, as you had seen. That was, we paid 400. I personally paid 400, but Asnath paid more and the other girl paid more. We took the three of us because I didn't have any other money left. I only had money left for my transport back home, and my boyfriend wanted me to buy him some snacks from the coast, so I only had that. So transport back home, we were lucky enough to get a bus at 1,500. Not a bus, it was shuttle. Tulipata shuttle at 1,500. So in total, we spent, personally, I spent 14,200. And this is minus, to sodas, to this miscellaneous. So let me just say 15,000 for the whole thingy. But I think I spent almost way above 15,000. So that is sorry excuse me, that is what I spent for the vacation. So is it worth it? According to me, it is not worth it. I'd rather you just save up, get enough money and go, because it was so inconveniencing for us all, especially me. Let me talk on myself. For myself, my pocket wouldn't allow me. It was saying otherwise. So I wanted a villa. Also, even if I had the money, with the people that I went with, I don't think if it would have been a good decision or a good, say, a wise thing to show them, for lack of a better word, that I have money, and they don't, like, I go out, do this kind of stuff, and then they are not able to. So if we are a team, if you are not able to, I won't show you that I am able to. Nah, because I wasn't even ready to pay for other people's bill, because again, I did not have the money. But if I had, I don't think I would either. So vacation on a budget, according to me, is a total scam. I'd rather you just save up this. Oh shit! I'd rather you just Jesus. I'd rather you just save up enough money and then go for the vacation, so that you are comfortable, you are flexible, you do the activities that you want to do. Imagine we didn't even ride boats. Like, we would have ridden the boats, we would have gone jet skiing. If I had the money, I would have done I would have eaten out, because you're in vacation, you're on a vacation. Why are you still, you're there to rest, why are you still cooking? Maybe hire a chef, find a good villa, with a good swimming pool. Anyway, so my advice to you guys, just save up enough money. If you want to go for a vacation, save up enough money to enjoy every activities, enough money to be comfortable, to find a good place to live in, and all that. Anyway, let me know what you think. Would you go for a vacation on a budget, or would you save up? And have you experienced the same also? Let me know in the comments down below. Do not forget, guys, to share, like, and subscribe. By the way, guys, we are at 200 subscribers. Thank you so much for the support. You guys have my heart, honestly. Thank you so much. We are at 200, so road to 500 subscribers, guys. Make sure you comment, like, and do what you're supposed to do. Anyway, I love you. I will see you in my next video. Bye.